Thanks for checking out this show review video. First off, sorry I haven't been doing a whole lot of videos recently just because I'm getting over being sick and my wife's getting over being sick as well, so it just kind of keeps me from doing these types of things, especially when it was affecting my voice, which you can probably still hear. It's a little bit raspy, but anyway, that said, real quick, I'm going to do a relatively quickish review of the show Santa Clarita Diet, which is on Netflix. For anyone who isn't aware, basically the premise is that it's a woman who wakes up one day and she's undead, basically. Like, she died in her sleep, and then she is now an undead creature, which is like kind of zombie in a sense, but she's very normal. So she feels like she's a human being, except she has to eat other human beings. So it's just kind of based on her trials and tribulations of still trying to be married with a kid and deal with that. And her husband is in on it, and eventually the kid is also in on it, but that doesn't give away too much. Each episode's around a half an hour, and the show is mainly focused on comedy. Obviously, there's some horror aspects to it. There's gore and all that stuff. There's drama worked into it, but it's mainly driven by the comedy aspect. And there is a lot of comedy to it. And in my opinion, the comedy hits a lot of the time, more often than not. So I really actually enjoyed this. I thought it was pretty well written. Unfortunately, it got canceled. So if you haven't watched it yet and you want to go watch it now and you have Netflix, because it's a Netflix original, you can watch all there is, the entire series right now. They have 3 seasons, and that's where it got canceled. But it is well worth watching, especially if you like comedy with your horror. Or if you're a person who doesn't particularly like horror, but you like good comedy with some decent drama and you don't mind a little bit of horror mixed into it. My wife, not a big horror fan at all. She is cool with some horror comedy stuff, though, here and there, and this actually hit the sweet spot for her. She actually really liked it because a lot of the comedy was very good. So she was a big fan as well as I was. Sad that they only got 3 seasons out of it, but hey, could have been worse. Could have only been 1 season, could have only been 2 seasons. So just be thankful for what we got. So the 2 main actors in this one are Drew Barrymore and Timothy Olyphant. Both, for the most part, are very charming and very fun in their roles. They do each have moments where they're kind of over the top, but to be honest, it's not too bad or too distracting based on the fact that it's very comedy driven. So I feel like if you're overacting or your acting's a little bit off, it's not that big of a deal if it's a comedy as opposed to if it's supposed to be like a drama or anything like that. So, it's all right. So the storyline is really engaging as well. That's one of the other things. It's not just comedy driven. Like, the story is actually there. And yes, it is one of those ones where throughout the entire series, over every season, it's kind of following this one storyline. And that storyline is basically, not really a spoiler, is basically to figure out what happened. How did she end up that way? And then there's a lot of things that happen along the way of her, like trying to figure out how to feed and not be a terrible person. Well, person, because she's undead at that point, but how to feed but not be a terrible person, and then like things go wrong and things go right, and it's dealing with all those types of things. But there's that one main storyline of trying to figure out how she ended up in that state, how they need to deal with being the type of family that they are right now, and also how to rectify the situation in a sense for other people mainly. So there's Nathan Fillion has a small part in the show in seasons 1 and 2, and then his character is still in season 3, but was replaced. I don't know if he didn't sign back up or what, but that role's taken over by Alan Tudyk, who does an awesome job too. So Nathan Fillion was great in seasons 1 and 2. Alan Tudyk was really good taking over his spot in season 3. It was pretty seamless how they did it too, made that switch. So they did a good job. Overall, yeah, really good writing. Acting for the most part is definitely decent, worth it. I really enjoyed it. It's a good time. Like I said, it's pretty sad that it's not still going on. It's just sad it's not still going on, unfortunately. But yeah, I recommend this one. Out of 5 stars with half stars in play. What would I have to give it? I think I got to give it overall, I got to give it a 4 star. Yeah, I'm going to go 4 on that. But yeah, that's about it. I said I wanted to keep it relatively quick. I'm going to be doing other ones as I can. I have one more that I'm going to record for shows, that is. And then I have another show that I'm working on. I'm trying to just do like horror related ones because if you can't tell, that's what I'm trying to focus mainly on with this channel. So keep a lookout for those. Thank you so much for checking this out. Hit that subscribe. Literally takes like a second. Can mean a lot to me. Thumbs up is cool. Hit the notification bell if you want to know anytime that I have a video coming up. But that only works in conjunction with hitting the subscribe button. Put some comments down there. Did you watch Santa Clarita? Why is it so hard to say? Did you watch Santa Clarita Diet? What did you think if you did? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Whatever. Are you sad that it's not around anymore? Also, other show recommendations, like mainly horror related. Yeah, and I can do some more videos. But thanks for checking this out. Until next time, keep it brutal.